custom tactics and instructions for the 4-4-2 formation on FIFA 20. My name is Brabbsy, and as always, if you've not joined the squad already, go ahead and hit that bell now. Let's do it. Let's get straight into it, guys. So first of all, just a quick note on which particular slot to put it in, because it is a common question that I get, and the answer is put it in whichever you want to. It doesn't really matter because you're setting up the way it plays in tactics and instructions. The reasons that I set different formations up like this is just so that I can quickly change the shape of my team in game by the click of a button, depending what my opponent's playing. Let's go. Tactics then, guys. Defensive style, you want to go on drop back. This can sometimes be looked at maliciously by some of the FIFA community, as some people do use it just to literally park the bus and not try and attack at all. However, if you use it with 3 depth, I find that's just a nice balance between having people back and not getting counter-attacked by having them too far forward. So for me, until FIFA fixes drop back, don't listen to the haters. It's still one of the best defensive styles to use. So go drop back, 3 depth and 4 width to keep it nice and compact in defense. Offensive style, we want to leave unbalanced because it is a very well balanced formation, so there's no real need to change this. Width, we want to leave on 4 because we don't want our players to be too far apart from each other, because we're going to be able to link up some really nice passing football in this formation. Players in the box, we want on 5, so it's just sort of in the middle between having players getting forward and not crowding the box too much for yourselves. Corners, as always, leave on 3 so we don't get caught on the break. Free kicks, headers are poo-poo, so no point having people up for those. Leave that on 2. On to the instructions. Instructions. For the strikers, we are going for the classic Brabbsy of stay central and get in behind, and that is for both strikers, providing they're both fast players. This will mean that they will make some really great central runs in between the centre backs, ready for all those through balls that you're going to be spraying about from the middle. Yeah. Now onto the wide players, and for defensive support you want to keep it on basic. For chance creation you want to keep them on free roam, which will, instead of making them just go up and down in a line on the wing, they'll sometimes cut inside. They'll pretty much just run to wherever the space is, which can be a lot harder for your opponent to mark. So I'm a big fan of free roam for your wide players. Support runs, we want them on getting behind, which makes some really good wide runs in between the fullbacks, which can give you a good outlet out wide if you're a little cramped in the middle of the pitch. And for everything else, just leave it on normal. The other wide player would like those same instructions so it doesn't feel left out. Now onto the centre. So we want the central ones on balanced attack, as they're not playing as a CDM. We don't want them just sitting back. We want them to also help out with the attack as well, so it does help if it's a player that has good possession attributes such as passing and dribbling. The other 2 on the top you can leave as balanced and normal. Now positioning freedom, I've gone for free roam with this one. This is probably the only formation that I put the entire of the midfield on free roam. The reason for this is, rather than having a rigid middle 4 moving up and down, we want them to sort of intermingle with each other a little bit, sometimes coming short, sometimes going long for each other. That way it's harder for your opponent to defend against, and it's easier for you to build up an attack with. The last main thing to change is cover centre, because we don't want our central midfielders going to the bar on the sideline and getting a pint of beer. We want them in the middle of the pitch, getting into the thick of the action. Again, same instructions for the other central midfielder. Now the alternate to this is if you had one central midfielder who's particularly defensive, they've not got very good attacking attributes or anything like that, you can by all means put them on stay back while attacking and just let the other central midfielder do most of the attacking work. That does work out fine for you, but preferably if they're both comfortable going forward, just leave them unbalanced. Finally, onto the left and right back, set these as stay back while attacking because we don't have the benefit of a defensive midfielder sitting in and supporting, so we want to make sure that we're not going to get caught on a counter attack. However, if you sat there saying Brabbsy but I've got Roberto Carlos or someone really attacking as my left back, that's cool, bro, that's cool. Put them on join and attack. Just make sure to set one of these guys on stay back while attacking so they can cover that space that's left over. But as a basic starting point, it's better to have your midfield unbalanced and your defenders on stay back while attacking. Okay, before we get into the match examples, quick pros and cons for this formation. So the benefits are that this formation is really good with attacking. You've got a really balanced midfield, your wingers are bombing on, your middle guys are getting involved, your strikers are getting in between. It is really good for building up attacks while still having a balanced defence. This formation is also good for dominating in the midfield. If you're against someone that has a more compact midfield, like for example the 4-1-2-1-2 or the 4-2-3-1, this is really good for getting the upper hand in the middle of the pitch. Now the cons of this, first of all, is that if your opponent manages to bypass your midfield, you can sometimes feel a little flat-footed in the defence, so it's something to be aware of if you're getting caught on the break. The other one is more to do with the player runs. You do have to manually trigger player runs to make this work effectively. So by that I mean using the L1 button, R1 button to call players short or tell them to go forward. So if you are a beginner to this game, I would say maybe this formation might not work as well as it could for you. However, if you do know how to trigger runs effectively, this formation should work perfect for you. However, don't worry if you don't know what to do in those situations, because I will be releasing a video on that soon. Okay, that's that. Sit back and let's see how it works in a game. Having all of your midfielders set to free roam means that when you trigger them to run, they will try and shake off defenders and go inside and out, whilst the rest of your team finds pockets all over the pitch. Having your defence set to drop back means they will crowd the penalty area and block quite a lot of shots and passes that come into there. From there, when you get the ball back, the midfield will move up the pitch with you, staying in close proximity, so you've got plenty of passing options. Having your wide players set to get in behind means that you can play balls out wide to stretch your opponent, whilst then bringing it back in to control the middle of the field. Just please don't try and score goals as disgusting as I do. See ya! Something as simple as a goal kick can utilise those runs on the wings in behind as a starting point for your attacks. As soon as you do this, your midfield will push up the pitch to support you. Easy! Finally, having your strikers set to stay central and get in behind means they will make some great runs in behind the centre backs. Enjoy this formation, guys, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments how you found it. Here's some behind the scenes footage for you to enjoy, just showing how many distractions I have to put up with each video.
Excuse me? I've not lost connection to EA servers, what? Oh my god, EA, why are you so bad? I'm just trying to help people over here. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Right, so I'm trying to make a video on Friday evening whilst most of the players are trying to play Weekend League, and you're broken. What is this? One more time. One more time. Come on. Hello? Is anybody there? Please. Do it for Brabbsy. Come on. Come on. Please work for me. I'd be terribly enthused. Oh! You make me want to cry. Let's give it one more try. Come on. Come on. Oh! Hey! Let's try again, shall we, squad? Oh, just got a comment from Dennis Ormstrup. Congratulations, Dennis, you commented whilst I was recording a video, so you've made it onto the air. Look at that, peeps, I read all my comments. That's how nice I am. You're going where, sorry? Taco Bell? I would love a Taco Bell, thank you. Goodbye, much love to you.
What an amazing woman. Excellent. I'm gonna be pooping later.